2,592 days to see Icebreaker 1's return. And when I heard this announcement, I was wondering probably what everyone else would say is, how game-breaking will it be this time around? Well, we can finally answer this question. And yes, it breaks the whole special economy. Let me explain how.
Wake up, it's the first of the month. I brush my teeth and count up.
Making unlimited special with Icebreaker should, in theory, be impossible. But it also, in theory, it should be possible, because of how the gun works. Now, the percentage of chance of you having infinite special is equivalent to 0. And the reason is because every single perk that returns ammo is by chance, so never guaranteed. But what if I tell you you can make special with Icebreaker itself? It's actually very simple, and I've already seen it been used by PvE methods for damage phases and etc. Now, before we get into this, let me explain how the gun actually works so it makes a little bit more sense, because it's not just you regenerate ammo over time, it's very different, and you actually have to use the gun or other means to make ammo. And on top of that, it also makes things go kaboom. So, let me read out. Final blows or assist with any other weapon or ability has a chance to create ammo for Icebreaker. Defeating powerful combatants will create multiple rounds. Defeating targets with this weapon causes them to explode. Precision final blows or shattering a frozen target instead triggers an ignition. And then the catalyst, landing a hit on a slowed or frozen target has a chance to return the round to the magazine. Well, this video changed a little bit. Well, while I was downloading the video to the PC, it blew a screen. Get pranked. No, but for real, I just wasted 3 hours of my life, and since I want this video to come out today, I'm just gonna have to change it up a little bit. So, let me explain how to make infinite special. First, you place down any form of thing that will freeze an enemy, whether that will be a cold snap, etc. or whatever. And simply, what you want to do is shoot them like this. And unless you have a problem shooting frozen targets, then this shouldn't be a problem for you. So I introduced the method of freezing someone to shoot them, equals infinite special. Pretty clever, and it's literally just me who could figure that one out. I'm just saying. Now, let me move over to the builds.
Whoopie scoop. Scoop dee whoop. Whoop dee scoop dee poop.
Alright, let's start off with Hunter. So, did you know you can kill people with Icebreaker without even shooting people with Icebreaker? Let me introduce to you Glacier Grenade plus Touch of Winter, Hail of the Storm, Whisper of Fissures. Now that's a lot for some of you, I know, but let me demonstrate to you how simple this technique might be. And I know, it's hard, there's so many words that I use, but really, is it that hard to click on a stasis crystal? Just watch, man. So this Hunter build is simply just taking advantage over Stasis Crystal igniting whenever you hit it with Icebreaker. That's all this build does. So this doesn't build into having infinite special, but it will generate ammo passively because of the trait that it has. Whenever you get an ability kill of any sort, there's a chance to return a bullet. So you still have the chance, but not the increased chance as you would have been if you shot someone with your Icebreaker. So there is that. On top of that, whenever you slow someone with your Withering Blade and shoot them with Icebreaker in their body, there's a chance of it returning again. You can also use Glacier Grenades in defensive mechanism with Shatter Dive. So there is a lot of utility with this setup, and I understand again, it might be complicated for some of you, because I remember when I went on Twitter and I tried to explain how to freeze someone with Shiver Strike. And I would post an image of the exotic with the fragment, and it was too much build crafting. So, I don't know. But that's at least a Hunter build. Now let's talk about the Titan build. This is basically my signature move, but with this season, I'm actually on Glacier Grenades. Believe it or not. I know, Nico, the infamous Cold Snap Titan, is now on Glaciers. Well, it's, again, because of Hail of the Storm. Hail of the Storm is incredibly broken, and I would recommend anyone to use it, actually. So I pair it up with the Wind Chill as well. That's why I use PKs and Unending Tempest. And this also gives me more stability on my SMG, which is super nice. And if I choose to go with something that will produce Stasis Crystals, like instead of going with Diamond Lances, I could go with Tectonic Harvest. I could go with that, and then I could use Crystalline Converter to free someone with my melee, but But Servant Cold is really good. It really is. So if you want your class ability more, I would recommend using that. Now, my fragments is Hedrons, Impetus, Durance, Refractions, and Torment. I don't really use Fissures because I played around, and it seems like my Glacier Grenade cannot do what Hunters do, mainly because of the shape. So the shape kind of directs it to explode in a way where it will kill someone over a normal Glacier Grenade, which is flat, which doesn't. So the circular shape is actually a very big advantage on top of the extra crystals. And then, of course, if I ever do get a kill with my Glacier Grenade, I also make a Diamond Lance, which, here's the cool part, I can finally throw it across the map and actually get a final kill with it, without worrying about just wasting it because the freeze is so little, right? Throw it across the map, on the target, hit him with Icebreaker, and boom! And this also makes it very easy to proc Hedrons, which again gives me a lot of benefits, like weapon stability, weapon aim assist, weapon airborne effectiveness, mobility, resilience, and recovery. So it's a very handy thing to have. That kind of explains my Titan setup. It hasn't really changed at all. The only thing that's changed is me using Glacier Grenades now. My Warlock build is by far the most cringy. I can't say half the words that I would say normally, because it's probably TOS on YouTube. But this build is the disciple of a god, some might say. And literally all I do is press grenade. Whenever someone gets too close, I will use my Empowering Rift. If I want to try to freeze someone across a hallway, I will use my Penumbral Blast. And this basically is the easiest way to use this out of any subclass. If you want to do this, go on Warlock, put an Icebreaker, go with Osteomancy, Cold Snaps, and you are basically good to go. There's nothing that can actually go wrong, which is why I'm still using Cold Snaps on my Warlock. Same mod setup, because it doesn't really matter too much, only half of them actually do something in PvP. And this is my setups on my 3 characters. I would definitely recommend to give Icebreaker a go. It is a very good feeling, very high hitting damage sniper. If you don't want to play Stasis, this thing works really well on Solar too. So what I did, I went this is not what most people will use, and I would go maximum into ignitions with Helion. So whatever happens whenever I shoot someone in the skull, they will explode by an ignition, right? Since I can't freeze anyone on Solar unless someone freezes them for me. And if I have a Hellion up, that will ignite the second target. If they're close enough, of course. Shown by a very, very easy example on a very easy setup. So what have we learned in today's video? Well, number 1, Ice plus Icebreaker equals infinite special. And number 2 is it does not care about any flinch. Ah! What?